Dog abandoned by his owner now has a line of people hoping to adopt him.
Yeah, Duke was found in Patterson Park early Saturday morning.
And ABC2's Mallory Safaste spoke with his rescuer and the shelter now vetting potential adopters. And Mallory, how long was he out there in Patterson Park?
They really have no idea. Remember Saturday, this was during a code blue alert, so it was really cold out there. It was a neighbor that ended up finding Duke tied to a tree and shaking. The neighbor is going to take him straight to BARCS, but she got the sense he needed some space, so she sat with him in the cold and waited around an hour for help to arrive.
Removed from his home but left with some belongings, Duke was abandoned here with a note believed to be written by his previous owner.
His name was Duke, and he had his favorite bone, his crate, and his food with him, and could someone please love him?
Stephanie Dagenhart found Duke while walking her dogs early Saturday morning. She saw him sitting there with the stuff, and her heart sank.
He was just sitting there so somber and freezing cold. Like, I will not get that out of my head. He was shaking so hard from being cold.
When she didn't see anyone else around, she called the police, animal control, and wrote a post on a neighborhood page. She wrote she was losing faith in humanity.
I sat on the bench about 12 feet from him and just kind of called him by his name and just tried to talk to him and just sat with him to let him know that, he wasn't by himself anymore.
Then, to her surprise, other neighbors started showing up.
People started coming over with towels, with blankets, with treats. Did you try this technique or did you try this?
And finally, animal control came to pick him up. The 2-year-old American Bulldog has been staying here at BARCS, and even though multiple people want to adopt him, there's a technicality standing between him and his new home.
Right now, he's on a 3-day stray hold, which is a state law. When animals come into BARCS, they have to be here for at least 72 hours before we can release them. Since Duke had the note, we know that his family was unable to keep him and didn't want to, but without that official documentation to sign him over, he does legally have to stay here till the 19th.
BARCS now asking that the owner give them a call so Duke can go to his, hopefully, forever home.
And Stephanie really wants to meet the new owner and hopes she can run into Duke again in the park, next time, of course, under better circumstances. She also wants to mark that tree in some way and to have it be a reminder to people that there are more humane ways of surrendering a pet if need be. BARCS is an open admission shelter and always accepts animals into their care with no judgment or questions asked. Guys?
Yeah.
Hopefully he gets into a good home.
Wait, hold on a second. Now, can you tell me about that tree? What does she want to do with the tree?
She wants to put some kind of memorial there, some kind of post, let people know that he was there. That was his tree.
Wow.
That is incredible.
Well, he's going to end up in a better home.
Ah, man, you know what? We ought to have we ought to have a dog run for the doggy in Patterson Park. We ought to do a fundraiser and help other rescued dogs out there.
Yeah.
Maybe donate to BARCS too.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mallory, for that report. Jeez.